So I'm here in the Gallatin Valley. That is the valley where the Gallatin River runs through. That one picture I showed you, if you're familiar with the movie River Runs Through It, that scene was one of the opening scenes from the movie. It's actually taken from a bridge that goes across the river, and I've actually fished under there. I didn't get a darn thing, but that's the way fishing goes sometimes. So anyway, I've been enjoying the beauty of nature here, and I've been feeling very, very fortunate to be able to come out here and to be able to enjoy these things. And as I was pulling into my hotel in Bozeman, one of the things that I noticed was there across the street from the hotel were a group of campers. They're campers, mobile homes, things like that. And I asked what they were, and they said they're basically a group of people who are homeless. And what's incredibly ironic is right across the street from that is a brand new development that's going to go up. And this is something that's really fascinating about Bozeman right now. It is growing at a rate of about 4% a year. And there are a lot of very wealthy people moving in. And one of the issues that they're dealing with is, what do you deal with people like who are homeless or lower middle class or who don't have work? And the policy has been in some regards to just displace them. I'm going to write about this in one of my blogs, what's going on here and in other places in Colorado, in Idaho, and in Montana, etc. But my first reaction when I saw that was, is my stuff going to be safe in my car? And what was ironic was the next day was the feast of St. Vincent de Paul. St. Vincent de Paul writes this: even though the poor are sometimes rough and maybe unrefined, we must not judge them from external appearances, nor from any mental gifts that they seem to have received. On the contrary, if you consider the poor in the light of faith, you will observe that they are taking the place of the Son of God who chose to be poor. In his passion, he almost lost the appearance of a man, was considered a fool by the Gentiles, stumbling block by the Jews, and showed them his mission, which was, he sent me, my Father, to preach the good news to the poor. And St. Vincent says this: we ought to have the same spirit and imitate Christ's actions, that is, take care of the poor, console them, help them, and support their cause. So two things happen here. One of them is a micro thing, is checking my attitude, like where did that come from? And thank goodness for this this little talk from St. Vincent de Paul. I guess I got it's a classic. I have to sit and ask in sackcloth and ashes a moment and reconsider what I thought. And then there's a macro one. What do we do about the poor on a larger scale? Look, there are poor in Berwyn. We know that. And there are some great things that we're doing as a parish. We're helping people in Kensington. We're helping people in Center City. We're helping people out in Norristown. We're helping people in Bristol. And that's a good thing. But I think every now and then there's this one moment like I had where it's good to kind of just check in with our heart and our soul and with the Lord and the Scripture, and in this case the teachings of St. Vincent de Paul, and realize that Jesus Christ was the Lord of the poor. And what do we do about that particular challenge to ourselves and our faith and our relationship to Christ? God bless.